Today we are going to be talking about everything that you need to know if you are going to visit Rome in 2025. Whether you are going on your own, if you're going on a cruise, here's everything you need to know. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Friday. It is December 27th of 2024. This evening we're going to do our live. We'll be starting at 8 p.m. as usual. And so come and be ready to talk about cruising, traveling. We're going to talk about Rome today. So if you've got questions about that, I'll look forward to seeing you there. Also, if you appreciate my updates and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. And if you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up, that helps us out as well. So thank you so very much. Let's start at the top with what is going on in Rome in 2025. 2025 is a Jubilee year for the Catholic Church. It is a really big deal. They usually occur every 25 years. The last one was in 2015. It was a special Jubilee called by Pope Francis, and the theme for that Jubilee was mercy, and the theme for the 2025 Jubilee is hope. When you look at the app that they have got to go along with the Jubilee, it says Pilgrims of Hope on there, and I think it is marvelous. Let's talk for just a minute about how this starts and what it really means. So, on December 24th, on Christmas Eve at 7 p.m., the Pope opened up the Jubilee year by opening the Holy Door at St. Peter's Basilica that is only open during the Jubilee year. When it is not a Jubilee year, that door is closed and it is bricked up. So it's a really big deal when they opened that door, and then following that, they had the midnight mass there at St. Peter's Basilica. There are 4 papal basilicas in Rome, so one of them was St. Peter's Basilica, but they also have San Giovanni in Laterno. I probably didn't say that perfectly right. They have Santa Maria Maggiore, and they also have St. Paul outside the walls. And those also have a holy door. They are going to be opening the door of San Giovanni in Laterno on December 29th. Santa Maria Maggiore will be opened on January 1st, and St. Paul outside of the walls will be opened on January 5th. In accordance with everything going on with the Jubilee, the Pope has actually authorized Catholic churches all over the world to have a holy door that they open to go with the Jubilee so that the people there can participate in the whole experience. So if you are not able to go to Rome and you are Catholic, you should, you could check and see where you go to church if they have that option for you as well. So that is how it all starts, and the next one is scheduled to be in the year 2033, and that is supposed to be an extraordinary Jubilee, extra special because it is going to celebrate the 2000th anniversary of the birth of Jesus Christ. So that is our next scheduled Jubilee year. So with this Jubilee year coming, and Rome has been doing a lot of preparation. They have done a lot of public works to try to be able to handle traffic better and be able to handle crowds of people. They have also done a lot of restoration work on different places in Rome. One of them is the Trevi Fountain, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But as you go to Rome, know that they have been preparing for this. They are expecting 35 million people to come as pilgrims and tourists who want to see this to Rome in 2025. That's an awful lot of people. And so here's some things to keep in mind. First of all, if you are going there as a pilgrim, the Vatican has actually organized pilgrimages to go to different churches and for different purposes. And so if you are someone who is wanting to go to Rome as a pilgrim and participate in that, they have got an app and a website. And so just in the App Store, I Googled Rome Jubilee, and it came up just fine. Okay, and Google the website as well. It will come up, and it has so much information. If you're going as a pilgrim, it says on their app there that you need to have what they're calling a pilgrim card, and that is really easy to get. I went through the process. It's very simple, so just follow the directions on the app and you'll be able to do it. Came up in English, no worries at all. If you're ever looking at a website and it's in a language different than the one that you read, look up in the top right-hand corner, and there's usually a place that you can click on to translate it to the language that you want. So if you find a website, it's all in Italian, click up there and you can usually change it to English. I hope that helps. We've got all of these visitors coming. Should you go in 2025? A lot of people have been asking that question. I follow people that work in tourism in Italy a lot, and as I follow along and hear what they're saying about this, they all say, no, you should come. If you want to come to Rome in 2025, don't let the worry of a bunch of crowds dissuade you, because they are consistently seeing the number of people visiting Rome every year is growing exponentially. And so if you think, well, I'll wait till 2026, they're not so sure there's going to be fewer people visiting. So if you have got a trip planned to go to Rome in 2025, or you're thinking that you want to go, absolutely go. I also think this is an extraordinary year to visit, to see all this happening. I think it's magnificent that they are celebrating this. The theme for this Jubilee is hope. And with that, you will have all of these people coming and walking through the holy doors. As they say, as they walk through, they receive indulgence, what they consider to be forgiveness. And people come, they pray for themselves, they pray for their family. It's a really big, important thing, and I think it would be so special to be there. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind as you do this. First of all, there are some places that have been redone, like I said, with the Trevi Fountain. That has been restored, and the process for seeing it has changed a little bit. If you haven't been to Rome for a little while, it used to be back when Caroline and I went the very first few times together, you could just walk up to the fountain, go down the steps. Sometimes it would be crowded. You would just walk down to the steps. You could enjoy looking at the fountain, throw the coin over your shoulder, because that's what you do so that you get to come back again. That's what they say. And no problem. And then it got to be that they just had kind of seating, and they regulated it a lot more. And now, since it's been restored, they will allow 400 people in the area around the Trevi Fountain for up to a half an hour to look at it. There's actually a line system set up there, and several reports say that they are considering charging people €2 to be able to do that. So I'll keep my eye out and see if they turn that into the rule there. So far, no charge to see it, but that's the way it works. And if you're someone that's in a hurry and you don't have, and the line is really long, you can see the Trevi Fountain. You can't see the lower part so easily, like right where the water is, unless you're taller, but walking by, you can see a lot of the facade. It's absolutely beautiful. So just keep that in mind. All is not lost if you don't have time to stand in a long line. But my point is, look up and see what is required to visit the places that you need to visit. Some of the rules and some of the tours are changing just for 2025. There are tours to the Vatican that have been tweaked to handle the crowds in 2025. And you know what? Who knows if they will ever go back to what they were before. And so that kind of reminds us to go where you can go when you can go. But so pay attention. If you've been before and you've done it a certain way, don't take that for granted. Look up and see what it is for 2025, okay? Now, going in October, like Gordon and I are, we've got our group cruise on the Star Princess inaugural cruise, and that is the very first time that I have ever been in Rome for a Port Diana cruise. I have started a lot of cruises in Rome, ended a lot of cruises in Rome, but never been there as a port day. So here's what I want you to think about with cruising. It is going to be busy, and even without it being a Jubilee year, Rome has a lot of traffic. And it's not only traffic like right downtown, but it's a lot of traffic going in and out of the city. The city has the city walls around it that officially, demark the actual city. But a lot of people stay outside of the city. There are lots and lots of hotels outside of the city. They are more affordable than a lot of the ones are inside the city. And as well as there's not enough space in hotels that they've got inside the city and Airbnbs to hold everyone. So the traffic is not just going to be right downtown. It is going to be all around. And so when you are looking at what your excursions are, you might want to think of doing them with the ship. I am really looking forward to hearing what people report once those Mediterranean cruises start going. It's going to look different in the spring than it does in the summertime during high season. And then the fall, I bet, is just going to be just as busy as the summertime. I really do think so. So we will see how it's going. Like I said, I'm excited to see how this goes. I've been to Rome enough times that I would really like to just hire a driver to take us into the city and get us back out to the ship at the right time and do what I want during the middle of the day. But for now, I have an excursion booked with the cruise line. We're doing the Rome on your own because it gives you like 5.5 hours to do what it is that you want to do, and then they'll take you back to the ship. The thing that I just worry about is if it is as crowded as they are expecting, I'm worried about trying to get out of the city with a lot of traffic and be back to the ship on time. So we're going to just kind of see how things go, and I will do my best to keep you up to date as I hear from people about what their experience is. If you have not been to Rome before, make sure that you book an excursion that takes you to all of the key places in Rome. Don't book something that takes you somewhere else thinking, oh, it's just going to be too crowded. No. Still go see everything that you would want to see. I've noticed that Princess has what they call the Ultimate Rome tour, and on our October cruise, it's already sold out. It takes you to like St. Peter's Basilica, over to the Vatican, the Colosseum. I think the Forum is there with it. I want to say maybe Trevi Fountain, but it takes you to all the places. And then there's another one very similar that takes you to almost all those places. So definitely book that. If you have never been to those places, I definitely think you need to go. And if it's crowded, you know what? It's just okay. It's part of the magic, is being there with all of the people excited to see all of the things. And so just keep that in mind. If you're visiting on your own, you're not going on a cruise, you don't just have that one day, definitely look at booking your hotel. If you don't have your hotel booked already, get it booked. If you don't have any tours booked and you want to do some tours, get those booked as well, because you want to make sure that you are going to do what it is that you want to do while you're there, because those things are going to sell out. I am very confident of that. You've got enough people coming that's a big deal. There's a couple of tour operators I like the very best. My number one tour place, I love Get Your Guide in Rome. The tour guy is amazing. We've done a lot of their tours and have never had a bad one. And so look at Viator, see who has really good tours, who has excellent ratings, and go from there. But don't think that you're going to go to any of the sites that you can visit there in Rome and wait in line to get a ticket, because you're going to be in a line that stretches on forever, and that's not a good way to manage your time. Okay, so let me know what questions you've got about all of this, and definitely in the comments, will you please tell me, are you going to Rome this year? How are you going? Are you going on your own? Are you going on a cruise? Let me know all of the things. Definitely let me know your questions. As you can see, I am so excited for this. I'm glad I have a cruise going during the Jubilee Year, or else I would have to book one, because I am that excited at the prospect of what is going to happen there in Rome. So I'll be talking to y'all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.